How to Hire a Lawyer is a presentation that was given at the 30th Annual Convention of Pepperidge Farm Owners on April 27th and 28th, 2018, in Las Vegas. Let's get started. When should you consult a lawyer? If you are going to be starting a business, Pepperidge Farm requires that you are either a corporation, either C or S, or a LLC. To do this, you want to make sure it's done right, and therefore you're going to need to hire an attorney to file all of the paperwork with the state. So also, when entering a business contract, if you're going to have a contract, it would be great to have a lawyer look at the contract first and advise you. Just wondering how many of us brought a lawyer to our closing, or did the lawyer have an opportunity to view the contract ahead of time? My guess is probably not many. Business negotiations. What we see with the club store buyback program, this is where a litigator would come handy. Somebody who is good in arbitration and has done it before. Contract resolution is another one. Say that you are getting a bunch of 5-day letters that you feel are unjust or in error. It's one thing when Pepperidge Farm receives a letter from a distributor. It's totally different when they receive a letter from a lawyer. They take it much more seriously. Tips on hiring a business lawyer. How the heck do you even find one? Well, easiest ways as for a recommendation. Reputation is very much a reliable tool, and people who have dealt with lawyers, they will either recommend them or they won't recommend them. Ask friends, neighbors, relatives, business associates, servicing several cash accounts. I spoke to the owners and they gave me names of their lawyers. If you phone interview a lawyer and you find out, I don't think this lawyer is the right person for me, well, ask them. It's like, I went over everything with you. Who would you recommend? Could have probably started off with the old phone book for those who actually still receive them, or internet search. Once you do the internet search on Google, you can go ahead, check out their website, and from there, start to decide if that lawyer may or may not be a good fit for you. For Google, when I did my search, basically I put in business lawyer or contract lawyer, Buffalo, New York. So while there's many different types of lawyers, as we've already discussed, what you're going to want to hire is a lawyer who is familiar with business law, contract law, arbitration, litigation. Most law firms may have one or more lawyers in each of these topics, which is great. This way, you're only going to one firm instead of going over and over and then trying to update everyone and get them up to date with the current issue. One of the things that you'll quickly realize, most lawyers are charging at least $200 an hour, and the last thing you want to do is go ahead and explain everything over and over. You want to keep your conversations as short as possible. So while you may have a lawyer set up your corporation, and you may even have a personal lawyer, that may not necessarily be the same firm for your business needs. So what you're going to want to do is, after you spoke to them, you're going to want to set up a consultation. Most lawyers will give you a free consultation that usually goes for about an hour, and they are very upfront with you about that. You're going to want to bring a copy of your contract, but before you bring the copy of the contract, read the contract, understand the contract. Any type of correspondence that you have had with Pepperidge Farm, any emails, any directives from Pepperidge Farm. Say that there's a letter from Mark Schreiber that is pertinent to the issue. That is something that you're going to want to bring and have the lawyer look at it. You're going to want to tell the lawyer the concern on what is going on, and you're going to want them to verify the problem. They might say, you know, Mark, you think that there is a problem here, but guess what? Pepperidge Farm has every legal right to do this. Or Mark, you know, let's take a look at the contract. Well, the contract says this. You're interpreting this. Pepperidge Farm is going to interpret it this way. Now, this may be a winning issue. However, the cost isn't going to justify your benefit, and therefore I believe that we should just take a different avenue. More tips on hiring a lawyer. Make sure you get the lawyer that suits your needs. You don't want a divorce lawyer handling business law. Don't be pressured to hire family or friends. My very first recommendation was from my accountant. That lawyer actually did some work for us, but then we were not comfortable with him. We moved on to a different one. I had my personal attorney recommend. I went and I met with the law firm, and I just wasn't comfortable with them either. They mainly specialized in family law. Nothing wrong with that, and I'm sure they could have handled doing my LLC or setting up my C Corp, but they were not the right firm for business contract law. Never feel pressure, because this is your business. You need to protect your equity. Pool your resources. This is kudos out to the Baltimore distributors who last year pooled their resources and they hired one lawyer for all of them. They realized it was much more cost effective than to do this than to do it on a one-on-one basis. Don't procrastinate. The last thing you want to do is to get that letter from Pepperidge Farm or get that phone call from Pepperidge Farm saying you have 14 to 21 days. This is what we're doing. You need to have a lawyer up and ready now. Because let's face it, none of us make great decisions when we're stressed, don't have a lot of time. And we have to remember too, lawyers don't have a lot of time as well. And if you're going to get a lawyer who is going to take a look at this, my guess is that they're probably going to charge you a little bit more because you need an answer now. So it's better to have a lawyer up and ready for when you need them and be proactive. How much? Well, when you decide on a lawyer, most likely they're going to ask for a retainer. Now, a retainer is nothing more than a down payment for their services. Prices will vary. Lawyers will charge anywhere, usually from what I've found, is $1,000 on up for a retainer. It depends exactly upon what type of work they are doing. For example, if you're going to go with an experienced litigator, they are going to want more. Nothing wrong with that. I've actually talked to one lawyer, and we were talking prices, and he said, you know, for a decent litigator, you're probably going to be looking at a $50,000 retainer. Another lawyer who is up to the next level, his retainer was $250,000. He only wants serious people. As serious as I am, I don't have that type of money, and I have no idea how much this lawyer charges per hour. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to find out beforehand. The POAA is here to help. While, as we already mentioned, that the association is looking to hire and retain a lawyer to help it advise us, it is important that you have your own lawyer as well, because all issues in the end are local, and you need somebody who knows state law. That is relevant in your particular state. What is relevant in New York might not be relevant in Florida. The business attorney, a personal attorney. So as we said here, should have a business attorney for your business. Personal attorney can be somebody totally different. Nothing wrong with that. Save all emails and correspondence. The POAA, we have email and written correspondence, well, at least written correspondence that deals with the club stores dating back to the mid-50s. This is great information to have. Likewise, personally, when I had issues going on, it was great that I could go to an email that was sent to me by Pepperidge Farm and say, Pepperidge Farm, what is going on here? You sent this email to me, directed me on this, and then when I did that, you turned around and sent me a 5-day letter on something that you told me to do. So save everything. Last thing, money. Oh, what? Save money? Yeah, this is a tough subject because I realize that there are a lot of distributors who are just starting off who have their notes that are paying a couple $1,000s a month, and they really don't have time or the resources to save money. Well, even if you start putting away a little bit, $25 a week, $50 a week. How about those who paid off their routes, paid off their trucks? Are you saving money? One thing that my brother and I did in our business is once we paid off our first truck, we went ahead and we took that payment, which was approximately $500 a month, and we set up a separate bank account, and we had that money automatically deposited each month. This way, when we needed legal advice, we had money. Likewise, if we did not need legal advice, we had money for a down payment on our next truck. And then the same thing, once that truck was paid off, we went ahead and started to save more money. We have to realize in the society that we live that eventually you are going to need a lawyer. Just like we all have tax accountants who do our taxes. Why? Because they are the professionals. We want to make sure everything is done right. And when it comes to the law, the same thing, we want to make sure that everything is correct. For more information, you can visit our website, teampoaa.org. We also have our YouTube channel. Let's go ahead here. And when you're on our YouTube channel, you're going to see several playlists. So let's go ahead and take a look. So if you go over to our website, teampoaa.org, you'll find several things other than videos, membership, documents, to contact us, to contribute. Over here we have our Facebook link that goes to our Facebook page. Facebook page, we usually have 2 to 3 articles posted each day that deals with the grocery business and what is happening out there. Instagram, that covers photos that distributors send in to us, and you'll get a lot of great display ideas. But here, this will take us to the YouTube account. So let's take a look there. When you log on to YouTube, put down Pepperidge Farm Owners Association, you'll see our page. Then on our page, you'll see the playlist. We have different folders for arbitration, how to hire legal counsel. The legal system has 20 videos in here. Some are relevant, more than others. The informational videos that we produced, tutorials on the website. Walmart pricing, our Protect Your Equity series. We have 7 videos. And then we have some old-time Pepperidge Farm commercials. So That is it for this presentation. Hopefully you found it informative and helpful. And again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to the association. We are here to help you. Thank you.